So on Friday, Israel managed to eliminate senior Hezbollah commanders of the Radwan force. And it's just been discovered that at their meeting, they were planning a new October 7th style attack on Israel from the north of Israel. And as a result of Israel's strike, of course, these plans have been foiled. This is what the Times of Israel have reported. A Hezbollah source tells the Al Monitor news site that the senior Hezbollah leaders killed in an IDF strike on Friday were meeting to discuss plans to invade Israel in an October 7th style attack in response to the pager explosions. President Isaac Herzog said much the same in a British TV interview earlier today. The members of the elite Radwan force were studying plans for a ground invasion at the heart of the occupied territories. The source tells Al Monitor. Hezbollah, of course, seeks to destroy Israel and sees all its sovereign territory as occupied. Thousands of Hezbollah pagers and other communication devices blew up last week in an attack blamed on Israel. Israel has not commented. The Israeli airstrike killed two of Hezbollah's top leaders, Ibrahim Akil and Ahmed Wabi, and at least 14 others, many of them senior Radwan force commanders, as they met in the basement of a Beirut residential building. Speaking to Sky News earlier today, Herzog also said the meeting was aimed at cementing plans for an invasion of Israel. All of these leaders came together in order to launch the same horrendous attack that we had on October 7th by Hamas, by burning, butchering, raping, abducting, and taking hostages and little babies, Herzog said. This is the exact same plan they've been planning for years under the plans of the empire of evil of Iran. Now, thank God they managed to eliminate these Hezbollah terrorists. And what they did, of course, just a few days ago with the pager and walkie-talkies attack is absolutely unbelievable, unprecedented. But one thing I've been reflecting on recently is that this is just one of so many attempted attacks that Israel has foiled. I remember hearing a few years ago there was plans by Hamas on Rosh Hashanah a few years ago to come out through tunnels and do what they managed to achieve on October 7th, and Israel thwarted that plan. Israel has thwarted so many plans like this. They've had so much success, because otherwise if they didn't have this success in thwarting plans and eliminating enemies, they wouldn't be here. Israel wouldn't be here. So, and we also have to appreciate their phenomenal success is remarkable in not just foiling the plans, but also the fact that they're able to do things like this pager and walkie-talkie attack. And the reason I say this is because it's important that we remember ultimately who's in control and who to thank for this. I remember learning that the Psalms, or Tehillim in Hebrew, that we say before grace after meals every week on Shabbat and on festive days on Yom Tov, it's Psalm 126. And King David talks about the Messianic era, the times at which all the hardship and exile and difficulty of the Jewish people in the world will come to an end. And it says, Az Yomru Vagoyim, then the nations of the world will say, Higdil Hashem la'asos imela. God has done such great things with the Jewish people. Wow. And the commentaries tell us, the rabbis tell us, that one of the things that will be going through their minds is some of them will know just how many plans they had to try and annihilate the Jews. And when they say, wow, the Lord has done greatly with the Jewish people, what they'll be reflecting on is how God, on so many occasions, thwarted our enemies' plans to destroy us. See, we don't see it. We felt October 7th, and of course that was a horrendous mini attempted genocide that occurred. And we're still reeling from that pain. But what we don't fully appreciate is how many attacks God himself has intervened to foil. Not just, of course, he's blessed the IDF with success in their attempts to be involved in intervening, eliminating terrorists, in doing like this incredible attack they did with the pagers and walkie-talkies. But I tell you what, there may well even be some attempted attacks that even we don't fully appreciate and the IDF doesn't fully know about. And so I just want to reflect on that when we see how, yes, there's many people out to destroy Israel, but you know what? There's always been people out to destroy Israel. And while we are going through challenging times, it's important to remember that as alone as Israel and the Jewish people may sometimes feel, we have always been alone, ultimately, throughout our history of exile. But as the psalmist says, God has done great things with the Jewish people. We may not fully realize all his providence in his hand over our affairs and over our history. And perhaps only at the end of history will we fully appreciate it. But it's something to dwell upon and think about, because it should give us a pause for thought and some level of quiet and calm confidence that the creator of this universe is involved in our lives, in the affairs of Israel, and that in the end we will be victorious. Hi, thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.